Dan Illman, Mike Beer, the DRF race of the day for Thursday, August the 6th, race number 8 at Saratoga. It's the $100,000 New York Stallion Series, mile and a 16th on the Mellon turf. Before we start to the analysis, head on over to drf.com/spa for the Saratoga handicapping shop, PP's picks, clocker reports, betting strategies, and lots more. They're the must-have tools to win big at Saratoga. Here's the field for the New York Stallion Series. Remember, you can download free formulator past performances for this race on the Race of the Day event page at drf.com. Access them, handicap along with us. Only a field of 6, Mike, entered. And as we take a look at the Timeform U.S. pace projector, the number 6, Jolting Joe, still a maiden after 4 starts, might have a slight edge, although I do think Dream Bigger is going to be on the send.
Yeah, I think the 5 will be on the lead in this race. Joltin' Joe, in his most recent start off the layoff, he did go a pretty solid pace at Ellis Park, but I think that was more a function of him having an outside post, and his rider sort of had to use him a little bit. I don't think they're going to be that aggressive with him in here. And bigger picture, he may not bring his speed to turf, but if he does, he's on the lead in this race.
Fresco won a division of the New York Stallion Series as a maiden last time out as an odds-on favorite. Let's watch this performance right now. Very impressive. He broke sharply, was taken well back. He's on the outside now in the yellow and green and just rolls by these horses in the stretch. Just simply too much for them. 75 buyer, lightly raced. I think has a little bit more early speed than shown and might be able to tuck into the pocket.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, certainly, she went into that race a maiden, but she had run well in all 3 of her prior starts. And then, in that spot, she just sort of towered over the competition. It was not a good field. She'll come right back 2 weeks later and try the boys division of the same race. She's a contender in here, Dan. She's got pretty solid form. I think she is more tactical than she showed last time. And she goes for the hottest trainer on the grounds.
Another filly enters the 2, Stuytown Baby. Just won a maiden claimer last time out. We'll take a look at that race. She got right up close to the pace, had a nice trip in 3rd. She was a big price in here. She's forging to the front, but I like the way she finishes it off. She wins this race rather handily, and they're looking for some black type that caught a short field.
Yeah, they did catch a short field. We'll see, what happens here. It felt to me like she was just in way too tough here, but she did run well breaking her maiden last time.
Number 3 is Zip Along, 3rd start of the form cycle here for Michelle Nevin. This is the colt that might be coming into his own right now. He's going to hope for a little bit of hitting up front. Timeform US believes it's a Blue Bar scenario. I don't think the pace will be blazing. I think it might be a little bit quicker than Blue Bar.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, you're right. The pace all depends on what Dream Bigger does in this race, and he's not that easy to trust. So we'll see what happens. Zip Along, I thought he looked good when he broke his maiden off the layoff, Dan. It was a weaker field, obviously, but he ran pretty well that day. And then last time, they just took him back. He really didn't run, quite as well, I didn't think. And it's not like he's found an easy spot here, but he could improve again.
Michael Maker winning everything just about now. The 4 Turbo Drive scored last time out at Saratoga 12 days ago. Let's watch that race. You want to see a perfect closer's trip? Here it is. Turbo Drive got a big pace. He is in the back in the familiar 3 Diamond Silks, and he doesn't have to worry about ground loss. He doesn't have to worry about traffic because he's just split this gigantic hole, come right on through and win. Everything went right for Turbo Drive in this race. I think he's a little bit dressed up off that performance, and I'm just not sure he's going to get a similar setup here.
Yeah, he may not get that kind of trip this time, and you're right that everything just worked out perfectly for him there. Not only did he lose no ground and get a big hole to run through, but there were several horses, if you go back and watch that replay, who just got absolutely buried through the stretch and didn't get a chance to run. Turbo Drive took advantage. The flip side of that, Dan, is it's not like his prior form, wasn't good. He's a pretty good horse. So I could see him taking another step forward here, but he's going to need a trip.
Dream Bigger certainly has credentials. The problem is the credentials are on dirt, and now we're going to have to see if he wants to go 2 turns and if he wants to run on turf. Personally, I don't see the turf in this family. Mission Impassable is a very good sire, but he only wins 5% with first-time turf runners. The Dam only 0 for 1 on the turf. She's only foaled 1 prior turf runner that did not win. Dream Bigger's speed makes him dangerous. I am concerned about the surface switch in the distance.
Yeah, I mean, me too. He's just not the kind of horse I would ever take a short price on. He's a pretty good dirt horse, but it's still more losses than wins for him, as good as he is on the main track. I do think he'll be on the lead in here. That scares me a little bit, I guess, but he's just not the kind of horse I want to be betting on at a short price.
And while Jolting Joe is a 4-race maiden for Maker, he's run second in all 4 races and ran well in this start at Ellis Park, his first start off of a long layoff. He broke from the far outside post and made all the running. He had to go fast the middle portion of this race to clear and get to the rail. And right here, it looks like he's going to finish 4th. But he digs really gamely in the lane. He's only going to get beat ahead. I think he could move forward with that race under his belt. It was a solid enough figure to be sure, and he might sit the good trip off Dream Bigger and inherit the lead turning for home.
Yeah, I mean, he's a maiden on the way in, but as far as the turf races go, he's the fastest horse in the race, and most of those races were as a 2-year-old. And then, you know, aside from the fact that he just ran really well last time off the layoff, look at his races as a 2-year-old. In against Art Collector, he finishes second. The horse that beat him in his second career start was 3 for 3 at the time and a 2-time stakes winner. And then he ran into King Guillermo in his next start. I mean, this is huge class relief for this horse.
Joltin' Joe probably going to work out a good trip as well for Gaffalione and Maker. We take a look at our top picks. You're going with Joltin' Joe, the number 6. I'm going with Fresco, the number 1. We'll see if the filly can beat the boys. We have the same triple, different order.
Yeah, and listen, it's hard to go against Clement at this point. It feels like every horse he puts on the track is just firing their best shot. Maybe it'll happen again, but I like Joltin' Joe in this race.
6145 for Mike, 1643 for me. It's the feature race at Saratoga on Thursday. The New York Stallion Series has an approximate post time of 5:14 Eastern. Good luck.